The one wheel costs about $1,000, and that is without shipping costs, and that is more money than I can shell out. So there's only one solution. Instead of buying one, let's build one. But making the one wheel is not simple like other skateboards we've made in the past. Instead of a single handheld controller, the one wheel is controlled by the vertical movement of its pads. So if you were to lean forwards and the horizontal plane would go downwards, then you would accelerate. And if you were to lean backwards and the horizontal plane would go downwards in this direction, then you would brake. And to make things a little more complicated, the one wheel can also reverse the direction of travel. So let's see if making such a project at home is even possible, and let's calculate the cost for such a project. So first of all, we need a device that would sense the amount of upward or downward movement on a board and translate that into a signal of some kind. So a gyro. What a gyro does, it senses movements in the X, Y, and Z direction, but in our case we just need the Z direction. So an IMU like the MPU 6050 would be perfect, and we can use that gyro which communicates with the I2C protocol to talk to an Arduino, let's say. I mean, there are multiple ways, and you can use other controllers. Maybe you can use a flight controller, but I'm more comfortable with an Arduino. So let's just say that the MPU talks to our Arduino. So with some coding that I still have to figure out, the Arduino could receive the signals from the gyro and then send those signals to an ESC. And in our case, that's going to be the VESC or the VESC. And I've already made a tutorial on a VESC and how to make one. You can make one at home, or you can buy one at really anywhere from the United States to China. They are really common nowadays. The reason I'm using a VESC is that it's highly customizable. So we can set parameters like PIDs, or we can set parameters like how fast or how slow the throttle response is to the signal received from the Arduino. So I think a VESC would be really important in our case. And then from the VESC we can have the 3 wires connected to the big wheel, or it's actually the motor inside the big wheel, and that could translate the signals from the Arduino to the signals that the motor understands and make it go forward, faster or slower, forward or backward. Well, in theory it seems doable, but let's calculate the cost of such a project and if it's worthwhile at all. First, the VESC is about $100, maybe $85 from China. Next, there is the big wheel, and after some research I found a company in China that are called PP Scooter or Pi Scooter that sells an almost exact replica of the wheel with built-in hub motor, and that's amazing. The cost of that is about $150 with shipping. I think that is pretty reasonable given that the wheel works well. I still don't know if the wheel works well. I don't know anybody who's tried it. So that would be another risk in the project. Obviously, we need a big battery pack to move the heavy load, and by heavy load I mean me. So at least a 10S2P battery. Again, I have tutorials for making battery packs, so that should help you there in case you need to know what a battery pack is and how to make one. So a 10S2P battery pack has 20 cells, and each cell should cost you about $3 on average, so about $60 for the whole battery pack. The Arduino, the MPU, and miscellaneous items, including the footpads, the aluminum rails, the wooden deck, and a few other parts would maybe cost about $40 or something. So that comes to a total of about $350 if I'm doing my math right. And compared to $1,000, that doesn't seem like much, but we have to keep in mind that we have no guarantee that it'll work well. Actually, we have no guarantee if the thing will work at all. But you know what? Let's still give it a shot. In fact, the wheel and the batteries are already ordered and they are on the way as we speak. I'm already working on the code, so I'm dedicating a lot of time, a lot of money to this project, and I would be glad if you would join me for this build. That's all for today. I thought I'll give you a quick update on this project and kind of get it kick-started already. Until next time, keep fungineering, stay safe, and I will see you in the next Onewheel build episode.